So this is video number 4, where we're talking about while loops. While loops are a little bit different here in Python than they were in Scratch. In Scratch, we had repeat until a condition is met. Here, we have the opposite of that. We have while a condition is true, do whatever is inside of our while loop. Right, so we're doing something as long as it's true. In Scratch, we were doing something up until something was true. In other words, as long as it was false. Okay, so here, I'm just setting up a while loop that will print the letter A forever. So while 1 is equal to 1, this is my condition. As long as this is true, whatever is inside of my while loop will continuously run forever. So if I just say print A, it will continuously print A as long as 1 is equal to 1, and obviously 1 is forever going to equal to 1. So if I run it, you can see that it's spamming me with A, the letter A. And I'm just going to hit stop here. Now I'm just going to slowly change this code so that instead of printing the letter A, it's going to print all the numbers from 1 to infinity, or until I stop it. So here, instead of printing the letter A, I'm going to print a number 1. If I run it now, what happens? Okay, I just get a bunch of 1s. Not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable called start, and start is going to be 1, and I'm going to print start. Okay, if I run it now, again, just a bunch of 1s because the variable start is just number 1. What if after I print it the first time, I then increase it? So I will just say start, or the new start, is really the old start plus 1. So this is before, this is after. If I run this now, I actually get what I want. My numbers are increasing, and they'll forever increase. Really, I can do all of this without a while loop, and I'll show you how. If all I do is just copy paste everything that's inside of my while loop, so this, and I run this now, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because let's just work our way top to bottom. Initially, I say that the variable start is 1. So I print 1. Then I'm going to say 1 plus 1. So this whole thing is 2. And then so this thing represents the number 2. And then I'm saying actually start is going to equal to the number 2. So now start is number 2. So I print number 2. Then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to say, okay, number 2 plus number 1. So 2 plus 1, that is 3. So this is now 3. So I print the number 3. And then it keeps going. 3 plus 1, so that is 4. So start is now 4, and so on and so forth. So while loop is really just the same line of code repeated over and over. But it's much easier to just say while some condition that is always true. And same thing applies here as the if statements. I have a colon and I have a tab right here. Now, what if I only want to run this like 5 times, or 10 times, or 1,000 times, and then I want to stop the program? In that case, I'm going to say counter is equal to 0 first. And just like in Scratch, when we had a counter, we're thinking of this thing that you press the button and then the counter goes up. So initially, we'll just say counter is 0. And I will say while counter is less than 1,000, then do this. How do I say less than? I'll just say less than with this sign, 1,000. So I want counter to be less than 1,000, do this. If I run this, oh, okay. I forgot one thing. It keeps going forever because I never actually told the computer to increase this counter. I want to increase the counter at the end. So I'll just say counter equals counter plus 1. And there I get all of my 1 to 1,000 numbers here. Obviously, you can change this to whatever you want. If you want the first 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and you can play around with it. Now, to help you or to give you one answer for your homework questions, so if you stuck around and watched the video, then at least you're going to get that homework question. If I want to print all the even numbers from 1 to 20, or really from 2 to 20 at that point, then all I have to do is multiply start by 2, right? Because I'm printing start. So all of these numbers are starts at one point or another. 1 times 2 is 2. So this would be 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So if I just say 2 times start, and I print this now, I get all the even numbers from 1 to 20. If I want all the even numbers from 1 to 10, I just change this number 10 to 5. Right, so I just half it. If I want all the even numbers from 1 to 50, well, from 1 to 50, I'll just say this, but divide by 2, or 25. Or if I want all the multiples of 3 from 1 to 75, so this divided by 3, because multiples of 3, which really is just 25. And then I run it. It gives me all multiples of 3 to 75. Okay, hopefully this kind of gets you started with while loops. We will not go much more in depth with while loops, but they get a little bit more complicated in later years. So yeah, good luck with all your homework questions, and yeah.